Okay, so in this sample, we're going to open up an inventor file that's been drawn in a different coordinate system, and then change the world coordinate system inside Mastercam so that we can machine it. So in this case, we have a file that's been made in inventor. We can just open that straight up by going to File, Open, and then going to find the file, which is
It was in the U drive. Yeah,
in this case,
oh,
this
you
is this
remember.
part file here we made. And as you can see that our top view is the side of just our wheel here. And we need to machine the top view, so that's not what we want to machine. We want to machine that, so we have to redefine it so that this face right here is the top. To do that, we just are going to change the World Coordinate System, or WCS, and that's this icon down here on the very bottom, right towards the middle of the screen, WCS. We click on that. It'll give us several ways of how we can, which World Coordinate System we want to use, or redefine it. In this case, we want to redefine it by solid face. So we're going to click WCS by solid face. It's going to come up and ask us, select a solid face. So we just want to click on a face that is in what we want to be in the top plane, which right now we got this one or this one, either one will work. We'll click on this face. It'll give us a coordinate system, and it'll give us up to 8 options. And it goes, do you want this to be your X, this Y, and Z to come up out of it? In this case, yes, we do, but we could sit there and change it to any of the 8 options and designate how we want it. But in this case, number 1, which usually guesses the first time correctly, is what we want. So we can say OK. Go, okay, we're creating a new plane. What do we want to call it? I'll just call this Inventor, or INV for Inventor, and say OK. And now we notice if we go to our top plane, we're looking at our file in the direction we want. The next step, and sometimes it will be done for you depending on how you selected it, and other times it won't be, is to set our origin. So if I press F9 right now, it shows us the part 0 down here, and the blue lines are what we're interested in. In this case, we wanted our Z0 to be on the top, and that's where I put it. But if it wasn't, if it was somewhere else, let's say over here or somewhere down inside the part, we can just go back to the World Coordinate System, WCS, go to our Plane Manager, which used to be known as View Manager if you're used to X8 or older. We can go to that new plane we just created, make sure it's highlighted, and we can specify new origin. We can actually type in an XYZ coordinate here, or we can just click on, select one, come over to our part. I want the center of this arc, so I can click there, and it sets our XYZ to be the center there, and it would set our origin to that location. So from now on, when we make a toolpath, this is our our PRZ or 000 at this point, and everything will be referenced from that point. So that's how you change the World Coordinate System from a part from Inventor. The next step, and we'll just show really quick, is solid selection in the toolpath. So if we want to create a toolpath on this, let's say just a simple pocket, we can click on pocket, give it a name. Now, this is the setting that you're most familiar with, is for wireframe selections. We can do chain or single or areas. Since this is a solid file, we can click on solid selection here, this icon to the right. And that brings up different options and tools for selection. So now, just like Inventor or SolidWorks, you have the same icon or the same way of selecting. We can select a whole face, we can select just an edge, we can select the whole body if we wanted to. But in this case, if we just want to do a pocket on this middle part, I can just come in here and click on that bottom surface, say OK, and then go in and do our toolpath. So that should do it.